Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. This is a quick bite on the telecom sector. This is Vipula, Director Ratings from Brickwork Ratings, speaking to you about the telecom package announced by the government yesterday. The telecom sector has been struggling for quite a while now and has been seeking government support to help. Then we have seen that the government is trying to sort this out, trying to find some measures which will add, because the government also is earning a good amount of revenues from these telecom players. India has the distinction of being the second largest, lowest cost, and the fastest growing telecom markets in the world. The telecom sector has played a crucial role in keeping the economy going during this pandemic. Parallelly, the continuous lowering of tariffs with the high costs have been tough on the providers. The major reasons for the stress in the telecom sector came with the launch of the 4G services in the country, which brought out new competitor in the form of Reliance Jio, backed by Reliance Industries, as against the telecom companies who were providing 2G and 3G services. They had and were saddled with the legacy issues of all those services. Jio had only the license for the 4G service and did not have that cost on its books. In addition, it was also supported by the deep pockets of RIL. Jio started its services by bringing down the tariffs extensively and provided 4G enabled phones at a subsidized rate. This resulted in hyper competition in the sector, which led to nearly 9 telecom companies shutting shop and the merger of the two largest players, Vodafone and Idea. To keep up with the competition, the remaining telecom players also, Airtel and Vodafone Idea, brought down their tariffs with the view to retain customers. This caused their profits to decline and heavy liquidity pressure on their books. India has the lowest telecom tariffs in the world, and the current tariffs, even after undergoing a major hike in December 19, are not sustainable and will need to undergo a revision for these companies to sustain their operations. The intense competition in the sector is not the only reason for the stress in the telecom sector. Ever since the government shifted to a revenue sharing regime, the telcos are also being charged twice for the same spectrum. The telcos receive spectrum after a bidding process. Then to use this spectrum, they have to pay spectrum usage charges too, equivalent to 5% of their AGR. The definition of AGR has been a matter under litigation for nearly 14 years, for which the verdict was given by the Supreme Court in October 19, to include all the telecom as well as the non-telecom revenue for the calculation, resulting in substantial liabilities for the incumbents. These telcos had not provided for these liabilities in their balance sheet, as they had already received a favorable order in TDSAT. But the Supreme Court gave an entirely different verdict, which was not expected by the sector, and this placed a very heavy liquidity load on these players. The operators have made several representations to the government post the order for floor tariffs, as well as rationalization of these license fees, time for payment of these amounts. But the government has not really announced too many measures, and they did give a 10-year payment period for those AGR dues. The banks led by SBI, also who have a substantial exposure to the sector, have requested the government to consider some reliefs to the sector during the first week of September. In response to these representations from the various stakeholders, the government therefore recognized the need to retain competition in the sector and has announced a slew of reforms providing the much needed breather to the telecom sector. The biggest relief has come in the form of redefining the AGR, which will now exclude all the non-telecom revenue and only include the telecom core revenues. And the easing out of the liquidity is through the moratorium. Now, the telecom service providers have been provided a moratorium or a deferment of up to 4 years in annual payments of dues arising out of the AGR judgment, but with a protection of the net present value. That means they will have to pay interest at MCLR plus 2% on those dues. Secondly, the spectrum payment usage charges also, they've got a moratorium for around 4 years, again with the NPV protected. That means there will be an additional debt load on their books as well as an additional interest load. So while these are measures which will provide them with the much needed liquidity, unless they are able to raise resources due to these announcements and be able to invest to make sure that their services remain as required and they're able to also bid for the 5G services, these companies will not be able to, these people will still carry a very heavy load on their books. There are several other measures, reforms also, which have been announced by the government. This government has, these reforms are to be applied prospectively and these reforms will also provide a lot of relief to the service providers. First is the rationalization of the definition of AGR. The non-telecom revenue will be excluded on prospective basis from the definition of AGR. So it's only the core revenue on which the percentage revenue sharing will apply. Then the bank guarantees will be rationalized. The huge requirements of BG requirements, which was a legacy of a very old requirement for license fee, this BG requirement has been substantially reduced. The interest rates, which was MCLR plus 4 compounded monthly, has been changed to an MCLR plus 2 compounded annually. The entire auctions, there will be a calendar where the auctions will be only held in the last quarter of every financial year. The tenure of spectrum has also been increased from 20 to 30 years, again, reducing the annual outgo for these companies. After 10 years, the surrender of spectrum will also be permitted with some minimal charges. This is a very required relief for several companies who were not using this spectrum and yet paying these charges to the government. Then for the future spectrum auctions, there will be no spectrum usage charge. So the double charging on the spectrum will be reduced. To encourage investment also, the 100% FDI under the automatic route has also been permitted in the telecom sector. VI and such companies who will require investment by both with equity and debt will be now, it will be now possible for them to raise these much needed funds. In addition, they have also abolished the penalties, and while all these reforms are definitely a step in the right direction, the woes of the sector will be solved only if there is an increase in the tariffs. Unless floor tariffs are introduced, unless the ARPUs move closer to the 200 levels, it will be difficult for the telcos to generate any meaningful returns. Therefore, the next steps for the government should be to sort out these floor tariffs and establish a healthy tariff regime in the sector so that these companies remain healthy and remain alive and sustainable for a long period of time. And we retain these number of companies. Again, so otherwise we will have only 2 players. We will have 2 private sector players and 1 BSNL operating in this sector. So we need that these companies remain alive, remain sustainable, and we are provided with services, good services to all the customers in the country.